Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers. And in today's video I'm going to do a tribute to Roman Abramovich as he finally hands over his club to Todd Boehly.
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
So guys, it's now official. Roman Abramovich no longer owns Chelsea Football Club. The government have given their approval today, and we had the Premier League giving their approval. So it's just a few T's to cross and I's to dot before it's official, but it's as good as done because all the process is complete now. So papers signed and the club belongs to Boehly. So I just want to say thank you to Roman Abramovich for 20 or 19 fantastic years at Chelsea. He's won everything in that period. Every single trophy there was on offer, he's won the lot. And he's done it. He was passionate. He was a fan. He loved Chelsea. So let's start at the beginning. How did it all begin? And this was, first of all, we got to thank R9, Ronaldo, and Manchester United and Real Madrid, because it was after watching a classic in the Champions League where Manchester United beat Real Madrid 4-3 in the second leg after losing 3-1 at the Bernabeu. A brilliant hat-trick by R9. They got through on aggregate. They beat Manchester United, and Roman Abramovich watched that game, and it was instantly falling in love with football. And we have to thank Tottenham as well for being rubbish, because rumour has it that he said, I want to get a football club, and he thought, let me sing a club in London, I'll get Tottenham. But as he was on his way to Tottenham, just like Willian was on his way to Tottenham, he flew past Stamford Bridge and he thought, what pitch is that? It says, Stamford Bridge. I want that one. So the rest is history. He purchased Chelsea for, was it £143 million from Ken Bates? Because at the time, I'm not sure if a lot of people will know, Chelsea were in trouble. They were in financial dire straits, because it makes me laugh when people say that Chelsea try to buy success, because Chelsea have always been playing catch up, and the likes of Liverpool, Manchester United, Newcastle even were outspending Chelsea, so Chelsea couldn't compete financially. So they tried to compete by getting in the likes of Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank and people like that, but in doing so it made them financially unstable. So Chelsea had to win a game against Liverpool, last game of the season, to get into the Champions League. So big important goals by Desai and Jesper Grønkjær, beat them 2-1, and we got into the Champions League. And that's another reason why I think Roman Abramovich bought us. And the takeover, it came out of the blue because we didn't know anything about it. So one day when Sky's News used to be reliable, a ticker came out. Chelsea have been bought for 143 million by a Russian billionaire. I'm thinking, at the time, we've been bought by someone who's rich. At long last, years of suffering. It wasn't years of suffering, what people think, because it was at the time we bought us, we started to be competitive, because we had already won the FA Cup twice. We'd won the European Cup Winners' Cup. We'd won the League Cup, and we were close to winning the league one season. We just finished 4 points behind Manchester United and Arsenal, and that was because we had a homesick Brian Laudrup, and we had an injury to Kasaragi. Had those two events not taken place, and the own goal by Dewberry, don't want to talk about that, Guppy, but had those events not taken place, Chelsea would have won that league. And I wonder what people would have said about that. And I know a lot of jealous supporters came along saying Chelsea bought the league and everything else, and they didn't like the way that Chelsea had become competitive. They were scared of the competition. But in that first season, he spent £129 million. And it's still less than what Manchester United and Liverpool were splashing out anyway, So he just played 120 in that single season to catch up. So, and his record signing that season, I think it was Crespo, and he wasn't splashing the cash. He was building up the squad. He was putting flesh on the bones, as it were. First signing that he made was Glenn Johnson. He bought from West Ham. And what's the good thing about him is that in that first season he invested a lot in the Premier League. So the Premier League benefited from him as well. So West Ham benefited from him because we bought Joe Cole in as well from there. We bought in Damien Duff from Blackburn at the time, So Veron we bought from Manchester United. So most of the money was staying in England in the Premier League. We had a few players like Mutu and people like that who came in from outside of the Premier League. When we bought Jeremy, was he at Middlesbrough at the time when we bought him, or I can't remember now? But a lot of the money was invested in players from the Premier League. And then the second season, it was smart investments. He bought in Didier Drogba, and he bought in Carvalho and Ferreira. But the most important signing, and I said, it's not all about money, guys. It's about who you get in as your manager. And he made the biggest signing for Chelsea at that time in the special one. He bought in Jose Mourinho. If you look at Liverpool, they started becoming successful when Bill Shankly was there. If you look at Manchester United, it was Matt Busby and it was Sir Alex Ferguson. So if you haven't got a good manager at the helm, it doesn't matter how much money you spend, you're still not going to be successful. I'm going to give you something, actually. Chelsea's biggest spend under Roman Abramovich was 268 million 500 in 2017-18. Everton, for instance, they spent 183 million in the 17-18 season. So it was all about money. They spent 183 million. You'd expect them to get top four, but no, they didn't. And if you look at Everton, they spent £500 million in the last 5 years, and they just about scraped relegation. So, guys, when I hear them speak about buying success, it's not just about buying. It's about how how your club is run and the management that you have in place. Okay, Roman Abramovich, he didn't settle for second best. He was a guy who, if you weren't at the top standards, he will get rid of you. So he hired and fired. So even he discovered really quickly about the 3-year hitch under Jose Mourinho. So he got rid of Jose Mourinho, and he replaced him with Avram Grant. It wasn't a popular opinion at the time, but then he brought in, I think it's Phil Scolari. I won't go through all the managers because I've gone 7 minutes so far. I don't want to go through all the managerial appointments that he made because I'll be here all day. But a lot of the hiring, sometimes we could say probably a bit debatable. You're just getting the flavour of the month at the time. But the sackings, most of the sackings, I'll say, were justifiable. The only one I thought was really harsh was Ancelotti, when he sacked him against Everton, I believe, in the dressing room after finishing runners-up in the league. So I think had we kept with Ancelotti, then we could have been a lot more successful. His methodology worked in the short term, because I say short term, in the 19 years he's had the most trophies out of anyone in all the league. He's picked up the most trophies in those 19 years. So hiring and firing had some success. But the only thing I'd say is that it probably wouldn't have had the long-term success. And we had sustainability, I think we may have been a little bit more successful, but you never know. But you're seeing it now with Pep Guardiola at Manchester City, even Jurgen Klopp, although he hasn't won as much, he's only won one league, but you can see how they are building their side. So that's probably my only criticism of him is, if not sticking with a particular manager, probably Ancelotti at the time, to build a sustained success. But apart from that, he was a fan, which I loved. He loved the club. You could see him kicking every ball, and he was really passionate about the club. He was also passionate about the youth team. We've got the best academy now. He's left us with the best academy in the world football. He's left us with one of the best women's football team in domestic football, and one of the best in world football. So when we're looking at all these, he spent in total £2.1 billion and he's walked away from £1.5 billion of debt, and he's left us in good hands now. So I just want to say thank you, Roman Abramovich, for all the hard work and the love and dedication you've put into the club. So let's hope Todd Bowley can follow in his footsteps and take us even further. So take care. So give me your favourite Abramovich memories in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you'll be notified every time I make a new video. Take care. Bye-bye.